Aquaman, Kelly Sue DeConnick, we're writing with Victor Bogdanovich on the art. So this issue had a bombshell in it. We found out something that happened just before Aquaman, quote unquote, died. Is that Mira is with child.
Yeah. Oof. So, for people that are unfamiliar with the history of Arthur and Mira, um, this only adds to that quilt of continuity here because originally they had a child that was meant to be an heir, and I think Orm was responsible for the death of the child.
I think so, yeah.
Classic Orm.
Yeah. So when Blackest Night came around, Johns hadn't forgotten that, and when Mara becomes the avatar of rage during that story, it's brought up that no one ever asked her if she wanted children, and it became this big bombshell of her, being her own character. So then here, when we find out that she was pregnant and that not only did Arthur survive the battle of Drowned Earth and was laying low in Atlantis, and we all thought that's how he ended up in the realm of the ocean gods, right?
Mm-hmm.
But Mara's responsible for his death that sent him here, as he's talking to the great shark.
Mother Shark.
Mother Shark. I wasn't ready for that. Were you guys ready for that?
Oh, no. No, I wasn't ready for any of this.
And just the way that the issue was paced out of basically Mother Shark being like, no, here's your memories back. And we're finding out as Arthur is that she tells him that she's pregnant. He's like, oh no, this is what led to my upbringing. And he basically is going to take off, right? Like, I'm not ready for fatherhood. And
he never erases anything like that, but he does want to leave and be on his own, which the implications aren't great.
It doesn't sound too hot, does it?
No.
That said, I fully believed him saying that his intent was, I need to go clear my head. But Mara takes this as, oh no, you're abandoning, and you can't do this. And she ends up having an outburst through her telekinetic, and it was this really nicely told story of she was an outsider. She's always meant to be an outsider.
Aquakinetic, Matt. Thank you very much.
Aquakinetic, sorry. But she was an outsider. She's from Zebul, and they were meant to be punished. So she was raised to hate Atlantis and kill Arthur, the rightful king, and lead an upheaval. Except she did the unthinkable and fell in love with who she was meant to kill. And then through becoming Queen of Atlantis, which is completely unlikely, and now she ended up fulfills her destiny of killing Arthur, although not in the way that we ever thought she would.
Yeah. So yeah, Arthur comes back to the island knowing who he is. He's like, "Call me Arthur," and he's like, "I need to go home, like now. Like my time is done here." But the final page shows Mira collapsing and needing medical attention.
Which I take was the right after this happened, right after Arthur had died.
Yeah, I thought so too.
So one would venture that maybe she's not with child now, or maybe when we do see her again,
bringing up she's with child. I feel like that's something you're setting up to do in the run. However it ends, I feel like it's something that Kelly Sue is going to play with. But this idea that the outburst she just had was so powerful that it's also knocked her out, and they're having to drag her off. I think what's bad about this is that it's actually a little bit Two Heroes in Crisis in concept with the Wally burst.
A little bit, but I like it here for what it does with. I like it more than the Wally stuff.
Oh, this is better. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. This is better, but I'm just in talking about what this is, like where she just has this outburst of emotion in it, like kills Arthur.
Worth noting, everyone thinks he's dead already, so so they won't be looking for a body. There'll be no blame on her for having killed someone.
Right. And this whole talk of her being like, well, they're gonna want me to marry, and of course they're not gonna marry you. So how's our relationship gonna be? Because she's like, I want to be with you, and he's like, well, just don't listen to the widowhood. She's like, but it's not that easy. See, this is why you can't be king. And I liked all that stuff. I liked that it's pulling from what we already know.
Yeah, even before that, there was a lot of nice sweet talk between them. They were kind of flirting, and then they're in a good place, and then it gets kind of serious. And Arthur's like, no, just don't listen to them. Tell them no. just do that. So no, it's interesting.
I loved this issue. If you can't tell how glowing I've been on it, like this Kelly Sue has reinvigorated my love of Aquaman. Like it was around, right? Like I liked a lot of what Abnett did, and I left and came back. But here I'm like excited to read. Like I loved all the Old God stuff and what she did there, but here now with the relationship with Mara, and how long has he been gone now? Like that's the question, because we kept seeing the what was it, the cutbacks to Mara, and that puts those in a whole new.
It felt like a couple of months.
Right. Yeah. So like, oh man.
Yeah.
What's he heading back into?
And it does end with saying next time Black Manta returns. So
the question is, how long does a Zabellian pregnancy last?
That's a good question. I don't know. It could just end up being 9 months, because we'll just make it the same as we used
probably.
To.
I mean, almost certainly is just 9 months.
Ocean creatures' gestation period tends to be a little bit longer, but that's because they are bigger. Yeah. So
They're not going to call Mira fat and like make it be longer. They're just going to make it traditional 9 months.
But also, how long was Atlanta's for? Because he is a hybrid of human and Atlantean. So, and so this would be she's full Atlantean because she's from Zebel, but he's like a half. So this would make it like,
3/4 Atlantean.
Yeah. Which makes him more Atlantean than Arthur. I say he. I don't want to say it. Man. Questions.
I was not a huge fan of the art in this issue.
Oh, I liked it a lot.
I don't really like Bogdanovich's faces in this issue. Mm-hmm. I like a lot of the early stuff, or any of the stuff out in the water. I think looks great.
I don't know. It reminds me of Justice League of China and New Superman, so maybe that's where I have a affection for it.
Maybe there's just one too many goofy looking faces between Arthur and Mira's talking that put me off.
No, I was upset they are, and I like the big shark looks great.
Yeah.
I'm looking back through it. That one page of it's Mara. She's called Mara of the prison colony of Zebel. I think that's a really good looking page.
Yeah, it is.
Damn it, now I see the goofy looking pages and I can't unsee it. I hate you.
Sorry.
Because it didn't bother me before.
There's just every so often, there's one of Arthur clapping in the background that just makes me laugh. It's right after it introduces Mira again. It says, she's Atlantis' queen, and he's there clapping in the background. He looks like a goofy idiot.
Yeah. Well, Mira looks a little bit cross-eyed.
Yeah, but
there.
I don't know what's going on with him. His facial hair isn't even straight on that issue.
No,
panel
he's underwater, man. How hard it is to keep a beard not flowing?
Well, I mean, it works on the rest of the panels.
How dare you destroy my internal logic?
Oh no. We're breaking down. Everything's falling to pieces. Everyone, run for the hills. I don't know where I'm going with this.
Mira, you're breaking my heart.
You're tearing me apart, Mira.
Tommy Wiseau's Aquaman.
It'll be a sight to behold.
They still play football underwater.
Was it just me who felt Arthur here felt very Momoa jokey?
Yes.
When he was talking to Mira. More than he ever has before.
Aqua bro. Definitely.
Yeah, like everything was all, that's cool. I'll just play it off as a joke.
Yeah.
I've never really felt that was Arthur until that movie.
No.
Anyway, that's Aquaman, I guess. I think the best thing I could say about it is that the emotional beat of the reveal that she's saying she's pregnant, and honestly, Arthur being kind of a dick with him wanting to just run immediately, kind of hits a little bit, and it makes you.
Yep.
It makes this it makes this relationship a bit more murky, which is interesting from a drama point of view.
That said, I understand where he's coming from of the need to flee because he doesn't know how to process it, and that what that causes with her, and like Pete just said, it makes it that much murkier of their relationship. So, but yeah.
Anyway, that is Aquaman. What are you rating them at?
I'm gonna give it a 9. I really enjoyed this one.
Connor.
It was a 9.5, and then Connor pointed out the art, and now I'm mad.
Sorry. 7.5. Knocks it down a half point for me. Would have been an 8.
Sure. I would give it an 8. I think it's a really good issue, which does a really neat job of taking you through this kind of roller coaster. Because I was almost worried it was going to feel a little bit too like we're just kind of like summarizing the relationship. But this scene went from, okay, this is why they're great together, to some genuine like sort of oomph and like, whoa, what did you just say? And then but then both of them kind of like going down this path of this darker side, and it's like, okay, how are we going to resolve this? Like, how are we going to talk about the fact that... And my guess right now would be that someone actually did something to Mira to make her more potent, so that Mira didn't just do this out of willing... Because she can control her powers. I'm expecting to find out that someone drugged her or something like that, and that's why her powers were turned up to 11, kind of thing. That's my guess right now.
I kind of hope not. I hope it's more interesting to me if she just lost control in the moment because of emotions and hormones.
Has Mira ever been that type of character though?
Some pregnancy hormones thrown in the mix.
Okay, yeah, maybe the baby's the Antichrist. Yeah.
Yeah.
All I can think of is knocked up when Seth Rogen goes, "Fuck you, hormones." Not Allison, hormones.
I just happened to glance up at whatever page I was on and saw another proper goofy face, and it made me laugh. It was him going, "Oh, yeah, I love you. Of course I love you." And he's got the goofiest face of maybe the entire issue on him, and it just killed me.
Don't look at it, Matt. I'll just upset you.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
I know Pete. Actually, I could see him not flicking through when I was pointing this out. But usually he does. Just doesn't want to see him. He doesn't want to.
I don't have to have my illusions shattered. It's fine.